Welcome back to another video right now. You notice this shit? Y'all, I had to wrap my pants because these shit's getting too big, like. So I had to, like, yeah, you can see it right here. Damn. Alright, YouTube. Happy Easter. It's Easter today. I'm gonna hit y'all with a little reaction. Short little reaction for y'all. Y'all did not run up my last video, my Popeyes video. I thought y'all was gonna like that video. And that shit going a little slow. So if you haven't watched that video, let me get a little closer so y'all don't think I'm playing. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch it, you know. I'm in the transforming my channel into like regular content and like trying to make sure I can actually take this YouTube thing the right way. Cause I've been thinking like, if I just sit here and do this YouTube, I don't think it's gonna go like I don't know. I don't think like if I just do YouTube, I'm gonna be to where I want to be. Like I feel like to be where I want to be, you gotta do YouTube friendly things, or like, you know, you gotta be like YouTube friendly. So I'm trying to transform into like a different YouTuber, like a reaction YouTuber and stuff like that. With this channel, I don't feel like I need to make a new channel because like that's a lot of work I put into this one just to change and make a whole new channel and start from scratch. That's why I don't want my channel to get deleted. But this video is not about that. I was just telling y'all so I can run up my last video and I can tell y'all what we're doing in this video. So this video, I finally got the iPad charged and we're gonna do a reaction for y'all. I haven't done a reaction in like, I look back and tell me when the last time y'all seen a reaction posted on my channel. But I'm not set up at all. My AirPods still connected to my phone. My pen on the charger. The iPad saying no Wi-Fi. Like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna come back when this shit is situated. Bro. Oh my god. Alright, y'all. We're gonna start this reaction. Alright, y'all, we're gonna start this reaction right now. This video is called Teen Knocks on Door for Help and Man Does the Unthinkable. It's a 14-minute video. Hopefully, like, it's a good video, you know. One of y'all actually recommended this, so we gonna react to it. Hope y'all run this up. I'm trying to really transform this channel and do different things, so I hope y'all like these reactions with the pen, of course. And yeah, so we're gonna start this video. Let's get the screen record rolling. Screen record, 3, 2, 1. Starting the video now.
One cold and rainy night, 19-year-old Renisha McBride crashed her car on a Michigan street before hazily pulling herself from the wreck to look for help. Renisha was dealing with a concussion and a severe injury to her hand, but that wasn't all. More would be uncovered about her mental state later. Despite this, Renisha made her way towards a nearby house and began banging on their door. Unfortunately, when the owner of the house finally opened the door, Renisha found herself facing the end of a shotgun and the end of her life. On November 2nd, 2013, the Dearborn Heights Police Department received a 911 call just after 4:30 a.m. from a man named Theodore Wafer.
I just shot somebody on my front porch with a shotgun, banging on my door.
After ensuring that Theodore wasn't a threat, the police questioned him on the night's events.
What happened here?
Consistent knocking on the door, and I'm trying to look through the windows, but every time I look through the windows in the door, it's banging somewhere else, so I opened up the door, kind of like, who is this? And the gun discharged. I didn't know there was a round in there. I don't get it. Who's knocking on your door?
First of all, if somebody banging on your door, my nigga, why would you answer it? If you're like, let's just say right now for y'all, if somebody come bang 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 on your door loud as hell, are y'all gonna answer that shit, or y'all just gonna, you feel me? If they bust through your door, then yeah, you gonna do something. But if they just banging, Are y'all gonna get up and answer the door? Y'all tell me. Are y'all gonna open the door if somebody that you don't know is banging on your door without saying nothing, without asking, I need help? No, they just banging. Are y'all gonna answer? That don't even make sense. How the gun just go off?
Bang, bang, bang.
Niggas be lying.
While Theodore may have claimed the whole incident was just a terrible accident, certain aspects of his story just weren't adding up, and detectives were determined to discover if they may actually be dealing with a cold-blooded killer.
Homeowner says there was somebody pounding on the door. He opened the door, like to say who the heck's out here, and his gun discharged and shot this black female in the head.
In the head? God damn.
Isn't here yet, but I'm pretty sure she's DOA.
According to the officers on the scene,
What
the
is
gunshot
DOA?
wound so severely
dead.
damaged Renisha's head above her jaw that she was pronounced dead on arrival. Theodore, still in a state of shock, was
Dead on
placed into a
arrival.
police cruiser
Yeah, I don't know
while the
shit.
scene was
You feel me?
secured
I don't
and
know.
documented.
Not really.
Dead on arrival. God damn.
I said that, I don't know.
Sit tight. We need to figure out here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
When Theodore first woke up to
You
Renisha
trying to
banging
act
on his
shocked?
door, he may have believed there was potentially a dangerous force trying to get into his home. His body then
Why
may
the
have
fuck you
gone into
open it?
fight or flight and started to prepare for a potential threat by releasing adrenaline. This heightened state doesn't last for very long, and now that he's in the police cruiser, there's no possible threat against him anymore. With enough cursory information gathered, the police bring Theodore back to the station for questioning, and it isn't long before the cracks in his story begin to show.
Well, why don't we just start out by, I know you told officers at the scene, but I need you to tell me now. Just give me the scenario of what happened tonight, in your own words.
Well, I don't really know how these proceedings work. I mean, am I being charged?
No. No, sir.
Should I have a lawyer present?
That would be entirely up to you.
I mean, this is a very serious matter. What just happened, I believe.
Well, it is a serious matter. There's a young woman that's laying in report. We have to do a thorough investigation, and we have to.
Am I allowed back into my home now? I mean,
when the officers are done with the scene processing and when the ME removes the body, yes.
See, this is
So.
Theodore is very nervous and can be heard asking if he needs a lawyer present. If he did want a
Yes,
lawyer,
you do.
this is
You
an
need a
ineffective
lawyer,
attempt at invoking
dumbass.
his Miranda rights, as a request for an attorney must be clear and unequivocal. The officer is also being somewhat manipulative here, as he suggests that talking to him is no different than talking to the officers on the scene. While that might make sense at first, this is not the case. The primary job of the first responders is to secure the scene and gather basic information. During the interrogation, however, the detective will be probing much deeper and gathering information about Theodore's possible guilt. Currently, Theodore appears to be looking at the officer as a neutral party who can offer him support and guidance. However, it's important to remember the detective's ultimate goal in an interrogation is to secure a confession.
You made a statement to the guys at the scene.
Yeah, I heard noises, and it started.
Why he's so mad? They just ask you questions about what you did.
These banging, prying noises. First on the side of the house, and then front of the house, back to the side of the house, and front of the house.
Given the time of day, he may have assumed the person had bad intentions, especially since Dearborn Heights is known for its high crime rate, with the average resident having a 1 in 55 chance of being a victim of a violent or property crime. To compare, the national average violent crime rate in 2021 in the United States hovered around 400 cases per 100,000 of the population.
Well, looking out the peephole, I can't see this person, I can't see that, what's going on inside. Every time I look out one door, the noise is going to another one, or the other side of the house.
So, at this point, are you getting frightened? Is your heart racing? What's going on?
Yes, I have no idea what's happening. It was getting louder. I thought at any time somebody was coming through the door or the window. It was getting violent.
Where did you
persistent,
Okay.
especially on the front door.
I'm gonna talk
Very
after because there's a lot I want to say because he's
Theodore
not really.
specifically states that he thought someone was going to come in through his door or window. This further displays his belief that there was an immediate threat to him that would justify Renisha's shooting. The defensive tone Theodore takes is also reflected in his body language. With his arms crossed in front of his chest, he's creating a barrier between himself and the detective. As the ramifications of his actions become more and more apparent, Theodore becomes insistent on defending his choices.
How were you holding the gun when it discharged? I mean, tell me.
With both hands.
I mean, do you have it raised? Do you have it?
No,
No.
it's a pistol grip, so you just have to lift it up. So open the door with one hand and when I placed my other hand just like that she went off. I didn't expect it.
Theodore may be trying to lessen his responsibility in Renisha's death by removing himself from the action. Saying it went off versus I pulled the trigger puts distance between him and the action and blames the gun rather than Theodore himself.
Okay, how high were you holding the gun when it went off?
Waist.
How the fuck you shoot her in the head then?
An angle. I was, as far as I can remember.
Do you think that when you were holding the gun that it was on an angle like this? Could it have been like this?
If I'm opening the door, I have if I open the door,
Okay.
that quick. It's a pistol grip.
Here, the first cracks in Theodore's story start to show. He claims to have been holding the gun at waist height. However, when taking both Theodore's height and Renisha's height into consideration, he would have had to have been holding the gun at chest height, pointed straight out, in order to shoot Renisha in the head. This discussion about the gun placement is vital for the case. Holding the gun at his waist could mean that he was just reacting to the potential threat, and more likely it really was an accident. While holding it higher at his chest height, it means that he could have been consciously aiming it, possibly with the intent to shoot. Based on what the detective has seen, he knows that Theodore can't be telling the truth about the way he was holding the gun. While it's entirely possible that Theodore is being deceptive in order to make the shooting seem more accidental, it's not unusual for individuals
why
who
he
are
just shoot
involved
her
with a
though?
traumatic
Like, you
event
could've just
to
not opened the
distinctly
door.
remember some parts, while other
She
parts
probably would have
are
went to
fuzzy.
somebody else's house.
This is one of the reasons that eyewitness reports are never as accurate as we think they should be. According to Michigan's Castle Doctrine, you're allowed to use deadly force on someone who's breaking into your home if it's necessary to prevent great bodily harm to yourself. Based on Theodore's own account of the night, by the time he grabbed his shotgun and decided he'd had enough, he wasn't in any immediate objective danger.
Exactly, that's
This,
what I'm
alongside
saying.
the fact that he opened the door up to the danger with the intention of dealing with it, could potentially negate the Castle Doctrine as a valid defense.
Okay,
I
so
don't
he knows
know.
something. He know what he's talking about.
I did not look at the body.
Like, why would you open the
I
door?
didn't stand over it and see where the wound was. I immediately
Stand over it.
went down.
Stand over her?
Right there on the hallway or, the entry to the front door and looked for my phone. First called here, your Dearborn Heights. We're talking boom. And boom.
As he prepares to wrap up the interview, the detective brings someone else in to help ask one final question.
You have, where do we take his shotgun, shell casing?
So we took your Mossberg. There was a spent shell casing in the shotgun, and you had your green shotgun case. So we just tucked it in that and took the gun with it. There was one shell casing, so what? There was just one in it all the time, or what?
Yes, like I was just trying to explain, I couldn't remember if there was one in it or not. I kept my shells in a separate closet, so I got a little paranoid a few weeks back, got paintballed, so I maybe that's when I loaded it, put it in. I mean, I don't think I mentioned that to you, but I mean, that's what I put one in there or something like that, but I did not realize there was one in there, no.
Following Theodore's interview, the police spent quite some time digging through every aspect of the case to make sure there was no crucial detail left out. During
So
this
high.
investigation, they found out some intriguing details regarding the hours leading up to Renisha's death. According to police records, a 911 call was placed just before 1 a.m. to report a no-injury accident where a woman who was driving under the influence had been speeding down the street and struck a parked car. Although the woman driving had clearly been disoriented and possibly confused when she got out of the car, she had left on foot and wandered away from the scene of the crime. Police didn't arrive on scene until they received a call stating that the driver had come back to the scene. Unfortunately, by the time cops and EMS responded, she was already gone again. This driver was Renisha McBride, and had anyone been able to stop her from wandering off in her delirious and drunken state, she may never have ended up on Theodore Wafer's front porch. On the flip side, some say Renisha would have never ended up on Theodore's porch if she hadn't been drinking and driving either. You'll notice that was a 3-hour difference between the time that the 911 call was placed about the car accident around 1 a.m. and Theodore's call to 911 at 4:30. To this day, it's unclear where Renisha was during this period of time, but her family believes she was disoriented from her head injury and seeking help. Theodore eventually received charges for murder in the second degree and manslaughter, as well as a felony firearm charge. While Theodore may have claimed that his gun accidentally misfired during his initial interview, this claim actually changed by the time he got to court. Instead, he and his lawyer were insisting that Theodore intentionally fired out of self-defense because he was scared that Renisha was trying to break in. Despite Michigan's Castle Doctrine, the judge ultimately ruled that nothing Renisha did was intense enough to justify Theodore being legitimately scared for his life.
Right? He's so
In
pussy.
the
Like,
end,
why you have a
Theodore
gun,
was
bro?
found guilty on all charges on September 3rd, 2014, and received 15 to 30 years for his second-degree murder charge, 7 to 15 years for the manslaughter charge, and finally, a 2-year sentence for the felony firearm charge.
They threw
with
it at
all
his
of these
ass.
sentences served concurrently. While Michigan may not have the death penalty, Theodore's lawyer argued that the judge had basically given the then 55-year-old man a death sentence,
Yeah,
as
he's
he's likely
done.
to spend the rest of his life paying for his actions. Just when it seemed that Theodore's case was officially put to rest, he made an appeal in 2015 to overturn his conviction. To the surprise of many, the Michigan Supreme Court heard Theodore's case and actually vacated his manslaughter conviction. In Michigan, the second-degree murder statute requires that the defendant acted with malice, whereas the manslaughter charge implies that the defendant didn't. Seeing the contradiction in these convictions, the court determined that having both convictions was a violation of Theodore's rights. With one of his
Okay,
convictions
got off.
vacated,
Got
there
off.
was a slight chance that Theodore could come out of this with a shorter sentence. However, at his resentencing on June 22, 2022, the judge stated there were strong reasons for Theodore's original sentencing and gave him 15 to 30 years for second-degree murder. While he may no longer have the manslaughter conviction, ultimately Theodore will serve the same amount of time behind bars.
Damn, I didn't know they was gonna do it like that. I thought he was gonna get off like 2 years, 3 years, probably probation. She said 15 to 30. I ain't gonna lie, I would have just ended it right there. 15 to 30 years, and you're already 55 years old. You might as well just die. What the hell? There's no way I'm serving 15 to 30 years. She didn't even give you an exact number so you could count down the days. She said 15 to 30. If y'all, whoever, I forgot who, let me slow down. I forgot who recommended this video. Whoever recommended this was a W video. I hope y'all like this video. We're going to take one more hit before we end it. I am going to post this today on Easter. Hope y'all like it. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I might post this today. I might post this tomorrow just so y'all can run up this video. I mean, run up my last video a little bit more. I don't know. Might post it today, might post it tomorrow. We'll see. Hope y'all enjoy this video. We're going to take one more hit and then we're ending it. Look at this shit. Like, I told y'all I lost my green battery. I had to buy this cheap battery off Amazon, and this shit is so trash. Y'all see, my pen would have been way more done if this shit was better. But it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. We out.
God took me right up all my sins, I can't go back. Holy step and gaining real knowledge, you can soak that. Thank God he gave me good light and brought hope back. Big stepping on the devil's head, got my toe fat. They said I